Lindsay Lohan's comeback isn't just another nostalgic moment, it's a cultural reset. It's a visual, emotional, and cinematic spectacle that took Hollywood by storm. It wasn't quiet, it wasn't soft, it was loud, proud, and dripping in silk, sparkles, and cowboy fringe. It was the kind of return that says, "I'm not just back, I've leveled up." And leading the charge? A silk slip dress with a Wild West twist. At the Mexico City premiere of Freakier Friday, Lindsay didn't just arrive, she ascended. Gliding across the red carpet in an ethereal ivory satin gown by Rabanne, she looked less like a human and more like a celestial event. The dress clung to her figure with elegance, its sleek silhouette whispering old Hollywood, until the hemline shouted something else entirely. A flash of bright orange cowboy fringe, it swung with every step like tassels on a gunslinger's jacket. Audacious, unexpected, and utterly mesmerizing. In a single outfit, Lindsay blended Hollywood royalty with rodeo rebel. The look was bold, cinematic, and completely unforgettable. Social media went into meltdown. Critics coined it a flawless merge of cowboy core and high-fashion glam. Fans clipped the moment she stepped out and watched it on loop, her fringe flickering like fire as cameras snapped from every angle. One user posted, "I gasped. No one is doing red carpet like Lindsay Lohan in 2025. Another declared, "We're witnessing the Lohanescence." And they weren't wrong. Styled by fashion savant Andrew Mukamal, with hair by Danielle Priano and makeup by Ash K. Holm, this wasn't just a red carpet look. It was storytelling. A visual narrative of evolution, confidence, and reinvention. Lindsay wasn't just dressing up, she was dressing with purpose. But Mexico was only the beginning. A few days earlier, at the Freakier Friday world premiere in Los Angeles, she pivoted from fringe to full fantasy. Ditching cowboy flair for old Hollywood magic, Lindsay appeared in a custom blush pink gown by Miu Miu that looked like it had been plucked straight from a Technicolor dream. Rhinestones sparkled across the pleated bodice. A heart-shaped neckline framed her like a vintage starlet reborn. And in her hand, a Judith Leiber clutch shaped like a microphone. A genius callback to her character Anna's rock band Pink Slip in the original Freaky Friday. The internet lost its collective mind. One fan wrote, "That purse just reached into my childhood and pulled out my soul." Another said she brought Pink Slip to the red carpet, iconic. It wasn't just nostalgia, it was symbolism, it was strategy. It was a red carpet weapon of mass emotional destruction. And then, standing beside her, Jamie Lee Curtis, her on-screen mother, her real-life mentor. The pair held hands, laughed, and posed like royalty from two different eras, reunited not just for press but for healing. Their chemistry was undeniable, their energy electric. In a joint interview, Jamie praised Lindsay's strength, saying, "I've watched her grow, fall, rise again, and this moment is hers." Lindsay fought back tears as she said, "Jamie was there for me, even when cameras weren't." It was raw, it was human, and it was beautiful, but the cameos didn't stop there. In a full-circle twist, Lisa Ann Walter and Elaine Hendricks, her Parent Trap co-stars, showed up at the premiere to support her. It was as if the universe pressed rewind, dusted off a VHS tape, and hit play. The crowd roared as the trio reunited, a moment 27 years in the making. Elaine, who played the iconic villain Meredith Blake, told reporters, "This isn't just a movie reunion, it's a life reunion. Lindsay is family." Lisa Ann Walter added, "We're not here for promo, we're here for her." And honestly, that's what this moment is about. It's not just another sequel. It's a second chance, a rebirth, a loud, proud declaration of self-worth wrapped in silk and sprinkled with rhinestones. And Freakier Friday reflects that energy. Directed by Nisha Ganatra and written by Jordan Weiss and Elise Hollander, the sequel doesn't just revisit body-swapping hijinks, it expands the universe. This time, it's Anna's daughter Harper and her soon-to-be stepsister Lily who switch lives, uncovering generational friction and family healing in the most hilarious and heartfelt way. Returning legends like Jamie Lee Curtis, Chad, Michael Murray, Mark Harmon, and Christina Vidal-Mitchell join forces with Gen Z icons Julia Butters, Sophia Hammonds, and Maitreyi Ramakrishnan. It's not just a movie, it's a legacy handoff, a cinematic bridge between generations. Behind the scenes, there's just as much heart. During a press quanda, Chad Michael Murray said, "Watching Lindsay step back into her power, it gave me chills. This isn't about fame, it's about evolution." And no one has evolved more publicly than Lindsay. We watched her as a 12-year-old twin in The Parent Trap, a teenage queen bee in Mean Girls, a rocker chick in Freaky Friday, and then silence. The 2010s were rough. Tabloids turned her into a headline. The world watched her unravel and forgot she was human. But now she's back. Not as a scandal, not as a punchline, but as a woman who's survived, who's grown, who's learned. A woman who understands her power. And she's wielding that power through fashion, through quiet glances and loud fringe, through nostalgic props and powerful reunions. Every appearance is a calculated brushstroke in the masterpiece that is her comeback. The results speak for themselves. The hashtag Lohanescence is everywhere. TikTok edits, Twitter threads, Instagram mood boards. Teenagers too young to know her peak are discovering her like buried treasure. Her Mexico red carpet post hit 190,000 likes in just hours. Her mic-shaped clutch, viral. Her Freakier Friday trailer, blowing up thanks to her stylistic resurrection. But more than likes and shares, what's different this time is the tone. People aren't mocking her. They're rooting for her, because this isn't a comeback. It's a triumph, a woman who's been through the fire and emerged glittering. And she's not just dressing for the press, she's dressing for herself, for her daughter, for every woman who's had to rebuild, redefine, and reclaim their narrative. Lindsay Lohan is no longer chasing fame, she's crafting legacy. And if fringe and rhinestones are the tools, then let her glitter. The countdown to Freakier Friday's release on August 8, 2025 has officially begun. But the true event has already happened. Lindsay Lohan has returned, and she's never been more powerful. If you're here for the fashion, the comeback, and the chaos, hit that follow for more Hollywood breakdowns, emotional returns, and cinematic transformations. Because the hashtag Lohanescence is just getting started, and you won't want to miss a second of it.